just challenged you to cook a restaurant-quality stir-fry. Now, it's time to find out who pulled it off and who will be asked to leave the MasterChef Canada kitchen. But before we do, we're going to offer John a huge fourth advantage.
John, we're going to give you the opportunity to choose one more home cook to join you in the gallery, saving him or her from elimination.
I'm hoping that he's gonna take pity on me.
I'm looking at my plate and I have no fears. I'm not looking for a handout.
It's not looking good. I need to get pulled out of the trenches.
Okay, John, all eyes are on you. Who are you going to choose?
I want to pick someone that I think I can beat, and I know if I don't save them, they're probably going home. I choose Jennifer.
Thank you. John, I freaking love you right now.
Jennifer, you're safe from elimination.
The rest of you aren't so lucky. At least one of you will face elimination today. The only thing that'll save you is your dish. So let's start tasting them.
Tammy, can you please bring your dish up?
The dish is a seafood stir-fry with curry, ginger, cilantro, and basil.
From my first look at this, I think it looks absolutely spectacular. You've got all the classic ingredients of a Thai-inspired stir-fry. Hopefully it tastes as good. Crisp, crunchy, fresh, bright flavors. You should be very proud.
Thank you.
You're putting together things like coconut milk, lemongrass, tamarind, ginger. It's very authentic.
Thank you.
Holy cow. I think I nailed it.
Debbie, please come up with your dish.
It's marinated pork tenderloin. I marinated it in orange juice, hoisin sauce, garlic, and ginger.
Debbie, the flavors of Asian cuisine are big, bold. This, we could use more. You need to amp it up. We want flavor.
Thank you, Chef.
I get the orange flavor. I'm not getting the other Asian flavors. And obviously, plating just didn't come together for you. Thank you, Debbie.
Kyle, please bring up your dish.
I feel I'm gonna impress the judges with this dish. I did a sesame crusted cod, rice done in a lobster mushroom broth, and bean sprouts, onion.
I tell you, Carl, I had stir fries all over the world. I tell you, I've never seen like this. You'll throw away the chopstick for this one. Does that belong to a stir fry? This size?
No, Chef.
You know, I gotta have a big mouth to put this in. What rice did you use?
I use basmati rice.
You know what you're doing.
I would like to think so, Chef.
You would like to think so. Think again.
Kyle, the inspiration for this came from where?
I used some ingredients from the East Coast and some Chinese ingredients.
Do you think you wandered too far from the original? Well, there's certainly a lot of flavors going on. That's part of the problem. I'm not even sure why the radish is there. Just not well executed. Thank you.
I should have kept it simple, trying to think outside the box too much.
Do we want to go more of an Asian route?
I think we should go more Asian.
But I'm not really strong with Asian. I don't feel really comfortable doing this, but to be a good team player, I have to cook Asian.
These ingredients are inspirational.
You can do so much with each of them. But these proteins have one thing in common. They take tremendous skill to be able to achieve that delicious texture and presentation that we're looking for.
The red team's Asian theme presents a challenge for Terry.
I don't cook a lot of Asian flavors, but I got a lot of directions from my other teammates. I'm making grilled frog legs with an Asian-style pesto.
Frog's legs, that'll cook very, very quickly. So there you have to have a delicate hand and make sure that whatever you're putting with that also has a delicate feel and taste to it.
They've only got 90 minutes, and that is not a lot of time. The other area which really concerns me, there is no leader or captain in this challenge, which means that they have to all collaborate and work together in a way.
Is this okay on your station?
I'll keep it on it for you. Just like in medicine, no doctor knows everything. You have to know when to ask for help.
Who's watching over each other? Who's governing the creative process, the plating, and the cook?
I'm making a grouper cheek miso soup. A miso soup is a delicious light soup. The grouper will work perfectly with it. I have never cooked with fish head, but I do know that the cheek is a very delicious part of the fish.
In my family, the head of the table, which is my father, always gets the cheeks, and my mother always gets the eyes.
I'm going to make a sticky beef terrine and a nice sticky glaze from that delicious poaching liquid.
Hi, Veronica.
Hello, Chef.
What is your part in this team?
I'm available for tasting and any sort of questions that people may have. I'm the most familiar with these ingredients out of everyone here.
So you're acting like a Michelin inspector.
I am a little bit.
What are you doing?
I'm making a play on xiaolongbao. Xiaolongbao is a Chinese soup dumpling that has to have at least 18 crimps. So it's meat, soup in a nice little bundle.
16, 17, 18.
I will be counting. I will be counting.
Making xiaolongbao, you need to serve it with black vinegar. I'm not going to give the judges some black vinegar and a soy sauce plate. Let's make some caviar. Making caviar is just a matter of mixing black vinegar and agar and dropping it into frozen oil. Oh my God, look, Sean, look.
It's working.
It's working. It's
Awesome.
magic.
Awesome.
Little caviars of vinegar. Fantastic.
My beef is spoon tender. As Alvin always says, taste is king, and today, that's what I'm focusing on first.
Have a look at the plate.
Oh, I think it's beautiful.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up!
This plate, it's not what I want to be putting out.
The theme of the blue team's tasting menu is a new twist on old classics, while the red team will take the judges on a journey through the China seas.
Well done. It was an amazing job you just pulled off. We'll start with the heads. Dr. Sean and Jeremy, please bring up your dishes. Sean, you had the grouper's head.
Yes, Chef.
Tell me how you went about the preparation of your dish.
I made a stock with the grouper head in a pressure cooker. I poached the grouper cheeks. The bowl is lined with some sesame oil, so as you pour the broth, hopefully the little bubbles of sesame oil will come up and it'll add a lot of flavor.
The cheek, I found just a little on the salty side. But Sean, the broth is absolutely beautiful. It is flavorful, it is rich, it has a long, lengthy flavor to it. The way you presented it, you have the cheek, you have a little bit of the skin, some enoki mushrooms, little treasures that float around that soup. That lingering sesame oil backing everything up is wonderful. It's an adventure. Great dish.
Thank you, Chef. I feel amazing. I feel like I've done my part for the team.
Matthew.
I made a beef shoulder terrine that I fried on both sides. I also pickled some daikon.
Plating, beautiful.
Thank you, Chef.
Shoulder's a muscle that gets used a lot. It needs a long, slow cooking. You managed to cook the shoulder perfectly. It's just that you did not put enough of that beautiful glazed sauce that you worked on. You need to slather that on so that it's sticky, gooey. That, to me, was where you let go of this dish.
I feel my plate looks elegant. I've got this.
I put my heart and soul into this dish. The flavors are there, and it might edge out Terry's frog legs.
Mary,
Turkey, roulade, wrapped in prosciutto.
so what did you put in the roulade?
A little bit of goat's cheese with some garlic, rosemary, and thyme.
Thanksgiving and Christmas on a plate. Turkey, the leg is moist. Bacon adds another dimension of flavor. The squash puree, it is soft. It's beautiful. Look, I think it's a great dish. Presentation is wonderful, taste is terrific, and you got it done. Amazing.
Thank you.
Terry.
This is a dish inspired by the southern region of China. It's a fried-spiced frog legs. It's got butternut squash and black bean puree and a savory roasted garlic puree too.
Terry, frog legs are not the easiest thing to cook. Delicious.
Thank you, Chef.
I like the tenderness. I can taste the Chinese element, but it is over-seasoned.
I'm hoping my dish can maybe get blue up on that gallery.
Jennifer and Veronica, toes.
I think the deciding factor is going to be the pig's trotter and the chicken feet. Those are the two hardest ingredients to cook.
Jennifer, so this is a modern take on your grandmother's dish?
Yes, I decided to elevate my dish by frying the polenta and adding different seasonings to it.
Let's give this a shot. You know, I've only had chicken feet a couple of times before. The broth is actually quite nice. I would have liked to have seen more of it. The polenta, good flavor, little crispness to it, but it's the plating. It's about elevating and adding some sophistication to a dish.
Veronica, unlike Alvin, I'm no expert in Chinese cuisine, but what I know is that you have picked one of the most difficult dishes on the planet to execute in 90 minutes. The way that it looks is an absolute triumph. You made caviar.
I did. Black vinegar caviar.
That's difficult. You made your own wrapper.
I did make my own wrapper.
That's difficult. You folded it how many times?
21.
That's difficult. We're not even in a finale yet.
I treat every single competition as if it's the finale.
You really captured so many things in one dish. Tradition, innovation, and flavor. The red team are very lucky to have you on their team.
Thank you, Chef.
Please go back to your team.
We've tasted the 4 dishes that both teams have created. Now, we need to take a few moments to discuss.
I feel like we have a bit of an edge. Our food was a little more sophisticated and plating was a little tighter.
I was really, really impressed.
Great display of teamwork, effort, creativity.
I feel like mine and Jeremy's dishes might get us onto the gallery.
I think they deliver in terms of concept and theme.
Well, this is going to be a tough decision because both teams did an outstanding job.
But I think there were a few more flaws with that particular team.
I'm really worried that my dish is the dish that's going to send my team into the pressure test.
Flavor and plating were the main criteria tonight, but we also judged your teamwork and the cohesiveness of your collective vision.
We put our heads together
and we'll reveal our decision using Alvin's toes.
In the glass jar, that's for the balls. Right in front, right down, in front here, man.
Keegan is plating his takoyaki.
Other way around. The crappy side on the bottom.
30 seconds! You have 30 seconds left!
I take really hot pork, stick it in a really hot bun, and pretty much just launch it onto a plate.
Good job, that's good.
10, 9,
You have to get on the plate, let's go, come on.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hands up! Yes! Come here!
I'm so disappointed at our platter.
We have 2 out of the 5 things burnt, which is a really poor percentage to have.
We have not fully replicated the Asian street platter. We're not happy with it.
Michael and Kagan, would you please bring up your Asian street market platter?
I'm a little worried. This is not a perfect platter. I'm just hoping that these little mistakes don't send us home.
Andy, you put these two together as part of your strategy.
It was a bit of a social experiment to see how these two work together, and they were pretty impressive to watch down there.
Let's start with the banh mi. Looks like you've got all the elements here. Let's see how they all taste. Chicken is very flavorful, cooked very nicely. I think the liver pate is spot on. It is tasty. It is the right texture. Well done. Who takes ownership of that?
The team effort. There's no I in team here. There's an I in win, and that's what we're after.
How do you feel about the appearance of the deep-fried banana?
A little dark. I wish there was one more of them.
It looks very sad to me. Really sad. So, Kagan, you started cooking them?
Correct.
A switch happened, you took over?
Yeah.
And you took your eye off the banana?
Yep.
Burnt is what it is. Gives that bitter aftertaste towards the end. It almost says, I don't want to eat it.
We could be being sent home for that. That's a big, small detail.
Are looking a little dark on the outside in a couple of areas. Seasoned well, wonderful savoriness to them. Taste is good. Look at the bao. Those buns look pretty decent. Light, fluffy. Melt in the mouth pork belly. Boy, is that good.
Thank you, Chef.
It was a tough challenge. And it was good to see you two work together the way you did. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Chef. I think we had a lot of mistakes. Our bananas are toast. Our takoyaki balls are crisp around the edge. But our flavors are there, and I hope they'll pull through on those areas.
Becky and Eugene, please bring up your Asian street market sampler.
We missed a couple of small details. Hopefully it's good enough.
Andy, you consider Eugene your biggest threat. Were you surprised at Becky?
To hear her yelling in the kitchen, I haven't seen that yet, and it just proves that she's an even bigger threat than I already thought she was.
Let's start with the banh mi. Chicken cooked perfectly. Nice season. Who did the pate?
I did.
Okay. Maybe a little bit too much onion. Let's look at these jellyfish salad. Becky, you eat a lot of jellyfish?
No, never had it.
And Eugene?
I eat it almost at every family dinner.
Did you try the jellyfish?
No.
Did you taste this?
I don't remember, but I don't believe I did.
You were lucky because the taste, it's all right. It could have used a bit more sugar, a bit more kick, a bit more spice. Now, bao. That pork belly. Perfect. Now, who's responsible for that?
Eugene.
Eugene. So he did one thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's responsible for this?
Both of us.
Have you ever made takoyaki before?
I made it once before.
Made it once. It looks good. I mean, you got the color, you got the caramelization. You know something?
What?
You got this right. It is crispy on the outside, it's tender, it's well cooked. You did a good job. Finally, what is this?
We had a shortcut.
How many bananas did you fry up?
One.
You hit the spot. Unfortunately, there's not enough of it. Please go back to your station.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chef. We were missing a couple components. This is an elimination challenge. There could be more than one of us going home.
Marissa and Nadia, please bring up your Asian street market platter.
We didn't even finish our plates, so it doesn't look good. I don't know if it tastes good.
You're disappointed, aren't you, both of you?
It's an understatement, Chef.
Andy, is this the result that you anticipated when you positioned Nadia and Marissa together?
I was really rooting for these two. I think time just got the best of them.
Let's taste this banh mi. Who seasoned the chicken?
I did the marinade on the chicken.
Did anyone season it?
I guess not.
It's bland. I mean, look at that. It's missing the pate in critical areas. Whose fault was that?
I put the pate on the baguette.
Who made the pate?
Nadia prepared the livers.
Tastes great.
Thank you,
I wish
Chef.
there was more of it, but the flavor profile is perfect. It's delicious, well-balanced, great seasoning. The jellyfish salad, was this a group effort?
Marissa prepped the julienne peppers, and then I assembled it. She just did the peppers. This is me.
This tastes a lot better than it looks. The peppers are a little bit roughly cut. You can see that?
It was a time crunch.
Marissa, it's really sloppy, and it's not what I would expect from you at this stage of the competition.
I agree with you, Chef.
Now, what happened here? The takoyaki. They look like a disaster. They're raw in the middle. Whose fault is that?
I kept asking, how are they? And she kept saying they need more time, they need more time.
I was aware that they were not ready yet, but the clock was winding down, and I didn't want to give you an empty plate. So, undercooked, better than not cooked at all.
What happened with you, both of you?
I was definitely trying to point out things, like what are we working on, and like what's coming next? Marissa kind of got a little bit quiet.
Where I was quiet was when I was trying to focus.
This all fell apart for you. It just completely spiraled out of control. This is probably one of the worst tastings I've ever had.
We didn't put out good food. We both worked hard, but we didn't work smart. I'm really, really scared.
All I'm thinking to myself right now is, please don't send me home.
Tonight, we pushed your limits. This was an extremely difficult tag team challenge. It was tough for us to decide which team was best. But after weighing all the pros and cons, we decided the strongest tag team was Kagan and Michael G.
Wow. Good job, guys.
Everything you need to replicate this noodle salad is at your station, including your chef knife. You'll have 14 minutes for this round.
Eesh, 14 minutes is not a lot. Who comes up with this stuff? I have no hope in hell.
After we examine and taste the finished dishes, one of you will have to leave the MasterChef Canada kitchen for the last time. Home cooks, are you ready to slice through your competition?
Yes, Chef.
Well, chop to it, because your time starts now!
Let's go, guys. Let's go, dude. Go, 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 go. Let's go.
All right, all right, all right.
Basic foundation of any chef is knife skills, and this is a great test for it. It's about accuracy and precision.
I've been practicing my knife skills for the last 5 years, and that's going to help me a lot in this competition.
Regine's vegetables look incredible. This competition's definitely lit a fire under him.
Being a hunter, I know my way around a knife, but this is my first pressure test, and I am super nervous.
Alyssa can cut apart like a whole carcass with precision and speed. I feel like she's got this.
What you got to start with here is the vegetables.
You want to slice them into the fine, wispy julienne, precisely, but as quickly as you possibly can.
You know, Italian cooking, we don't julienne or dice. It's not one of my strengths at all.
I'm very familiar with julienning. We pickle our entire leftover garden every autumn. Definitely in my wheelhouse.
Jenny is the vegetable queen. She's a huge threat.
You got this, Jenny. Thanks, guys.
Come on, guys, let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah, baby.
Alyssa's not following the same order as the other home cooks. The julienne I have done before, so I leave my vegetables for last, and I start on my dressing.
Delaying the vegetables feels a little risky to me, but go, Alyssa, go.
Alyssa is making her vinaigrette right now, mincing her garlic, adding the fish sauce, grapeseed oil, chili, lime juice in there, and that palm sugar.
Remember, Roz, it's a replication.
Yeah.
I hope Regine has learned what replication means.
I left on the replication challenge. Sometimes I move too quickly and I miss small details. With this second chance, I can't make any silly mistakes.
I am 100% not finished in this kitchen.
All of us in the gallery are just waiting for that medic call.
Careful. Watch your
Slow and
fingers.
steady, guys.
I'm scared that Tony's in a knife battle. He always finds a way to nick himself.
Okay, stay calm, stay cool, because if I get all pumped up, that's when things go wrong.
Medic.
Oh, no.
Careful, careful.
We have one injury already.
No.
It's
Don't
okay,
give up.
keep going, keep going.
Keep going,
Use the
Rosa,
other
keep
hand.
going.
This cut is gonna slow me down, and I need every second I have.
Thank you.
Jenny's the first one to get her noodles in, so she is now ahead.
I'm really good under pressure because I have 4 kids. I got this. I want to show them, never give up, chase your dreams, just keep digging.
The secret of good rice noodle is to drop it into the boiling hot water, take it out, and stop the cook with ice water.
I have never worked with rice noodles. I don't even know how long they really take to cook.
Rice noodles cook much faster, and afterwards you have to make sure that you put a little bit of oil in it, because if you don't do that, they stick together like glue.
I see Alyssa put the noodles in, but she hasn't cut anything yet except herself.
All I want to do is yell at Alyssa, stop the noodles and get on those vegetables. She needs to get back on task.
5 minutes! 5 minutes left.
I only have 5 minutes. Why didn't I cut these vegetables? At this point, I don't have time for precise cuts. I just want to get them on the plate.
Man, Alyssa does not have, like, anything done.
I'm panicking right now. I just don't know if I can do this.
3 minutes! You only have 3 more minutes! Show us what you got!
It is neck and neck right now.
Oh, but look at Rogine's noodles. One hot mess.
These noodles. Again, you have to separate the noodle. It's gonna be a clog.
Oh, I forgot to oil the noodles after I drained them, which is a supreme rookie mistake. So I just dump them in the vinaigrette and toss it as quickly as I can.
1 minute! You only have 1 more minute left. Come on,
Come
1
on,
minute!
guys,
Come on,
go.
show us what you got!
Chiffonade. This is psychological torture.
Come on, everything on the plate. Don't miss anything.
Shaking, I'm shaking. My plating technique is throwing it on the bowl and hoping it's all there.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up!
Job, guys.
Whoa.
The plate's not very clean, but it's a miracle. I didn't cut myself.
Hi, Tony. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So, Tony, this was a replication challenge. Looking at your dish, I'm seeing most of the vegetables. Looks like they're all the same size and shape. Good job.
Thank you.
Let's see how you did on noodles. It's nice and loose, so it looks good. Only the mouthfeel, the texture, perfect.
Thank you.
The vinaigrette for this salad, it's very mild, very light, and a little heavy on the oil.
Overall, no damage to any of your body parts, so I'm impressed.
Thank you very much, chefs.
So, Jenny, you're no stranger to vegetables.
No, I'm not.
You really nailed the cuts here, but how does it taste?
Texture they're sticking together. It's rubbery. But in terms of the seasoning, nice acidity from the lime. It could use a touch more fish sauce.
Overall, I'd say the proportions are pretty decent. Presentation-wise, you did a really good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alyssa, how are you?
Been better, chef.
Why's that?
The pressure got to me. Didn't manage my time correctly.
And you cut yourself, which ate up about 2 to 3 minutes of valuable time.
Yeah.
Now, you know there's a lot of elements missing on this plate. You missed the chiffonade of the Thai basil. You missed the peanuts. The vegetables look like they were just thrown on here and not placed.
I would say the noodles consistency looks nice, okay? They're separating and they look individual. The consistency is quite good.
Salad dressing definitely has more punch and more flavor to it.
And the cook on the noodles, textbook.
Thank you, Liz.
Rogine.
Chef.
You managed to get everything in the bowl. The uniformity is actually exceptional.
Thank you, Chef.
It's a little bit clumpy, probably because after you cooked it, you didn't apply some oil to keep it separate. It's a little bit overcooked.
The dressing on a salad like this needs to be enough to coat, enough to flavor. Those elements are there, but it's heavy on the oil, which just pushes it out of balance in my mind.
When I look at Alyssa's, I see a lot of components that are missing, but I did mess up the rice noodles. You never know.
I want you to know the four of you put up a fantastic fight. It's clear you all want back into this competition, but only 3 of you will be moving on. Unfortunately, one of your noodle salads did not make the cut. Alyssa, I'm sorry. Please say goodbye to your fellow home cooks.
Thank you, chef. I just want to thank everybody involved with this. I never thought I'd step foot in this kitchen.
Opulent, extravagant, and 100% Asian, just like me. Each one of these gems is heavenly to eat, but oh so tricky to work with. Your advantage is a big one. You get to choose which ingredient each home cook has to work with. And you can start with yourself.
So far in the competition, I've either done vegetarian dishes or light seafood dishes. So I want the Wagyu beef.
Okay, Chrissy. Now please go ahead and pair each of your fellow home cooks with one of the remaining ingredients.
My first thought is be kind, give everybody something they can work with, and then I think don't be stupid. This is a competition and the title is on the line. Let's mess with them a little bit. I assign Andre the fresh uni. He's just such a cool, calm, collected kind of guy that I kind of just want to see what happens if he's thrown a curveball.
Alyssa is going to get the XO sauce.
Cutthroat Chrissy came out to play today.
As you can see, Chrissy is not exempt from cooking tonight, but winning has its privileges. Chrissy will get a head start, and she was able to strategically assign each of you the ingredient you'll be cooking with. But you won't find out what you've been assigned until you get into the pantry.
I don't think Chrissy's gonna go soft on us at all. I think she's gonna start to put pressure on people.
You only have 60 minutes to create a MasterChef quality dish. Remember, at least one of you will be leaving this competition. Are you ready?
Yes, Chef.
Your time starts now!
Okay. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Holy heck.
I have no idea what this is.
XO sauce? I have no idea what that is.
I got abalone. abalone. I think that's a mollusk. It kind of reminds me of a snail. I think I got the hardest one.
When it comes to Chanel, she always talks about the high-end things that she eats. Put your money where your mouth is.
Oh man, there's scales and everything.
I decided to give Jennifer the EBISU. In the mystery box challenge, her fish dish didn't get her called up, so let's see what happens.
All right, guys, let's do this.
Take apart a fish I've never taken apart before. I feel like I was playing it safe on the mystery box. I just want to make sure I take calculated risks this time around.
Have a good cook, everybody.
Here we go.
Okay, let's do this.
Alvin, do you think this challenge is going to be difficult with these Asian ingredients?
Definitely. With luxury ingredients, less is more. You really want to showcase it.
Chrissy gave me the sea urchin, the uni. I've never actually cooked with this ingredient before. I'm touching it, I'm tasting it, I'm trying to see what can pair with this thing.
Uni is so creamy and delicate. You don't want to overpower it, and definitely you don't want to dishonor it.
Tastes very fishy, seawatery. I'm super thrown off.
I am gonna do Wagyu beef 2 ways. I'm gonna do a tartare and I'm gonna do a tataki. I just really wanna highlight the meat itself.
I think that it was a very wise choice that Chrissy picked the Wagyu beef. It's one of the most coveted proteins in the world.
Wagyu beef is a special breed of cattle which comes from Japan. These cattle are pampered. They're fed beer, corn, and they're given massages to make sure that all the muscle is soft. This is why it's so expensive.
If I go home having an advantage, that would just be the worst thing ever.
Chrissy gave me XO sauce. I'm not really sure what it is. It smells not bad. It smells fishy.
The XO sauce is so packed full of flavors.
Yeah.
Dried sea scallop, shrimp, garlic, chilies.
I'm really trying to figure out how to make XO sauce the star of the dish here. I'm thinking it's gonna go really good with pork belly.
I am making a Chinese pork belly and celery root puree.
I have never used a pressure cooker before, but the pressure cooker is my only option if I want cooked pork belly in this hour.
Pork belly cooked in XO sauce. That sounds like a new classic.
The only pitfall of that XO sauce, which is quite delicate, is she's got to make sure she has enough to start in that dish.
I don't want to go home.
The numbers are getting low, so it's scary.
1 minute! You have 1 more minute left, come on!
My pressure cooker didn't cook the pork belly like I wanted, so I get the pork belly in the pan, and there's no time to do what I want to do right now.
Time is always making me nervous here.
I'm worried about getting everything out on the plate right now. I'm not ready to go home.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up!
Wow.
I'm not feeling the best. I wanted to put some more sauce on top, but I just didn't have time.
I tried to just focus on the fish, not do a whole lot to it. I'm quite nervous.
Jenny, please bring your dish to the front.
I made a mushroom egg drop soup and a warm mushroom salad. Rice, mint, nuts.
And what else is in here?
There's Napa cabbage. There's a few different kinds of mushrooms.
By looking at this, it looks like you added a lot. But let's taste it. You have ingredients that are competing with one another. You know what I sense here is that this is something you would cook at home. You would throw everything into a pot, gently simmer it, and that doesn't always work. This matsutake mushroom here is very unique. I wish you would have done a little bit less and just honored the mushroom a little bit better.
The rice. A nice crispy crunch, good flavor from that mushroom. In fact, I like the rice a little bit more than I like the soup. I think this was a really great effort. I feel it's somewhat in its experimental mode still. I think you just got a little carried away. Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you.
Josh, you're up.
I'm hoping that that black garlic flavor is the star of the dish, because if it's not, that's a one-way ticket back to Regina. What I have for you today is a pappardelle with black garlic cream sauce and some lump crab.
I love black garlic. Now, the most important thing is the balance. Oh man, wow. The black garlic sauce is beautiful. You get a lot of umami. It's great. And I couldn't think of a better way to use black garlic. You really honor that ingredient. The pasta itself, we don't get that nice al dente, so it's a little bit tough. The egg yolk adds, voila, perfect touch. Good job.
Thank you, Chef. Jennifer, please bring your dish to the front.
This is, hands down, the most nervous that I've been, because it's a whole carcass on a plate, and that's all. This is an EBISU carpaccio, and I've made a sauce with some chili, lime, garlic, ginger, and cilantro, and I've served it in the fried body.
Six seasons, I've never seen anything like this. That's a good thing.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Chef.
It's pretty amazing. The seasoning, it's just perfectly balanced. Wow. Last challenge, you struggled. This challenge, you're back in the game. You have incredible skill.
Thank you so much, Chef.
You know, you hit it on the spot. The texture was perfect. The way that you preserve and reuse the carcass of this fish, I am deeply touched. Because Asians don't like to waste anything. This is how we are so crazy rich. Now, you know, in Asia, only the honored guests of the table gets to sink their teeth into this. The eyeballs. Today, I think the person to be honored is you.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Chef.
You have certainly honored this beloved Asian ingredient. You did it justice. I'm touched.
Thank you, Chef.
You can float back now.
Yeah, oh my God. Dear Diary, today I got to eat an eyeball on MasterChef Canada.
Alyssa, please bring up your dish.
I made a Asian-inspired pork belly, a celeriac puree, taro chip, and long beans.
Great to see your plating be elevated to a whole new height.
Thank you.
You put XO sauce in the celeriac?
Just a little bit.
I don't get the XO sauce there. The pork is just cooked, just barely. And the XO sauce, it needs more.
I wanted to add some more at the end, and I just ran out of time.
Time management issues.
Yes, Chef.
You know, I think you had the right idea going into this cook with the ingredients you've chosen. But the flavors that I was expecting of the puree and the pork, underwhelming.
Chanel, please bring your dish up to the front.
There's a Michelin star Asian chef up there, and I'm bringing up this luxury ingredient Asian dish. I'm really hoping it's up to his standard.
So I did a crispy sushi rice, a kale gomai, and then I did a panko abalone.
The presentation, it's very neat. So, abalone, it's a luxurious and beloved dish in Asia, especially Hong Kong. The cook has to be perfect. The abalone, you got it.
Good.
Perfectly seasoned and very tender. It's got that nice crunch. The sushi rice, that is almost perfect. I actually think Chrissy wanted to throw you a curveball, and you hit a home run.
Thank you, Chef. I feel really good walking away from the tasting. I heard a home run from Chef Alvin, and that was pretty unbelievable to hear.